Good morning, folks. I'm Dave Domzalski. Welcome to Dad Devotionals. I want to talk to you today, since it is April Fool's Day here in the U.S. I want to talk to you today about being foolish. And let me start with a quote. Wisdom often seems wrong to the foolish. Now, before we get into today's reading from Proverbs, which fits nicely into this concept, I just want to talk to you today about we go through life often thinking we have it all figured out. We often think that we know better than God or we know better than everybody else. And we become like fools and solidified in our own version of wisdom. And oftentimes we're wrong. And we realize that we were the moron all along. And I know I've experienced this countless times in my life, thinking that I know better all the time. But it's actually when we become fools for Christ that we become wise. And I think, like I was saying, this reading today from Proverbs really hones this concept. So let's get into it right now. A wise son makes a father glad, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly is joy to him who is destitute of discernment, but a man of understanding walks uprightly. Without counsel, plans go awry, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. A man has joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good it is. The way of life winds upward for the wise, that he may turn away from hell below. I know this from experience in my prayer life. The Lord will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the boundary of the widow. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant. He who is greedy for gain troubles his own house, but he who hates bribes will live. The heart of the righteous studies how to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours forth evil. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart, and a good report makes the bones healthy. The ear that hears the rebukes of life will abide among the wise. He who disdains instruction despises his own soul, but he who heeds rebuke gets understanding. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. The preparations of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirits. Commit your works to the Lord, and your thoughts will be established. The Lord has made all for himself, yes, even the wicked for the day of doom. Everyone proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though they join forces, none will go unpunished. In mercy and truth, atonement is provided for iniquity, and by the fear of the Lord one departs from evil. When a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than vast revenues without justice. A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. Just to comment on that one line, when a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. I feel like I've experienced this in my life recently with what I've done with my career shift. And there were folks that I believed were against me that actually all along the Lord showed that they were for me. So just something to remember. People that challenge us may not always be against us. So with that said, I want to say happy April Fools, but maybe put a twist on it. Let's focus on being fools for Christ. So let's redo that. Happy April Fools for Christ's Day. And I'll see you in the next episode. God bless.